Hello, welcome back everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Let's Play. Obviously we have the replay mod now, so that's pretty nice. I'll be able to actually do some nice time lapses and stuff like that. I think I want to start this episode pretty simple and do a little bit of this terraforming, and I'll actually be able to show you this in a nice way now. So I'm going to get to finishing this side. I've already done a little bit of it, but obviously I have a lot left. So yeah, I think this shulker has quite a bit of dirt in it, so yeah, we'll see what we get into. Alright, so we got the rest of this terraform. After I finished that, I spent some time figuring out how to actually use the replay mod, and I started using Premiere Pro to edit with. So maybe, hopefully the quality will be a little better as far as the transitions and stuff. So as you've seen from that, probably not very great time lapse. Like I said, I'm still learning the mod, but there's quite a big area down here that I think would be pretty useful for some farms. So I'm going for a particular aesthetic above the grass. So there are certain farms that I know I'm not going to be able to make look good just because they're too large or whatever the reason may be. I think I might just stick them down here if that's the case, and for just the uglier, more technical things. So I went ahead and planted the rest of these crops. I think what I'm going to do right now is there's a few builds that I need to do, but I want to lay out their locations. So I know I want to put something right here, and I'm going to outline that in some block, probably stone, maybe some terracotta. That would make sense since I have a bunch of it. We're definitely going to put a bigger house up here, and maybe we'll do a storage system in the basement or something like that. Since we're going over there, we're going to put a little bridge. I'm not sure where I want to put the bridge. Maybe it'll make sense if I extend this out a little bit and put it straight over that way. That would look kind of cool. But I still want to keep the river open in case anyone's using a boat to go down it, because the river is quite a long river. It goes all the way through here. So I definitely don't want to block it off, so I'll make it, arch over a little bit. And we'll also have the path leading that way. We need to finish this path up, but we'll do the rest of the paths once we actually have a better idea of where we're going to put the builds out here. So this is the mesa that I've mined all the terracotta out of. I showed it a little bit on the in between episodes video. I think we'll go with yellow. This is just a temporary block to mark stuff out with. We have quite a bit. We need to make that shop. It's something I've been putting off. I finally have a location. There's a user named Tropical Moon who's building a townhouse area. So I think, and we were talking about making a dye shop together, which a dye farm is something I desperately need as well, just so I can dye some of these shulker boxes. I could probably get away with a few blocks that I have, a bunch of flowers and such, but I have so much terracotta that I'd like to dye, so I think what I'd like to do this episode is have my ender chest and all my storage sorted. So I think that would be a good goal. Not the primary goal of the episode. The primary goal is usually to add some buildings to my area, but for right now, that is a sub-goal. We're going to need some wood for these builds, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a few stacks of each type of log, probably we're gonna need quite a few chests, so for the storage system, and the hoppers are gonna use quite a few as well, so we'll grab a few stacks of this if I don't get shot off. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. I didn't want to leave the tree I have chopped, but I'd rather not die. Oh, well, the leaves despawned at least. Oh, I know when I get all the logs. It's pretty clear when you've missed one. It's not as clear in vanilla, I know that. Oh, man, that scared me. Yeah, I really like the design of this so far. I know it's unfinished, but just this hallway just looks so good in my opinion. Very dark and gloomy. And then I guess, yeah, there's not really any spaces mobs can spawn for the most part. Yeah, because it's only light level 1, right? It used to be so much more difficult to light up bases. And I've been wanting to get some nether stars from Anthony for quite a while, but they're always out of stock by the time I get here, and I'll be damned if I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to lose that fight and all my items. I want to show you Tropical Moon's townhouse area, where I'm going to eventually build a shop. I thought it was pretty sweet. It looked a little odd because there was only one townhouse, but once it's filled out, I think it'll look really good. Yeah, so this is one of the townhouses that Tropical Moon's made. It looks really good, actually. Yeah, it looks good. I was skeptical because you never really know if someone's good at building whenever they ask you if you want to do like a joint project. You're like, I don't know if this guy, you know, they might be building their huts, and then you walk up to it and it's like, okay, well, how this dude's better at building than I am, so yeah. Looks good. That's a good price too. That's a really good price. Yeah, I think I'll have to grab one of them. Alright, easy way out. Alright, now we just find a Soul Sand Valley. That was pretty easy. This one doesn't seem to have any bones left in it. I just want to admire this tree really quick. I wonder if Denise made this. Probably. I know she's good at trees, so I just assume every tree is hers. Or every customer. I don't know. How's it missing? Looks like someone grooved it. Or maybe it's just unfinished. I don't think it's supposed to be missing those logs. I don't know if I've ever shown it, but when I say Denise is good at trees, I mean she's pretty good at trees. I don't know how you... I don't even know how you would do this in creative. But yeah, that's a pretty cool looking tree. Actually, your whole base is pretty cool. Good builder. Yeah, come on now. This is awesome. I don't know if I've ever actually explored over here. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Oh, the cat. She's got half a heart. It's okay, I got you, Denise. I got you. good now. One punch ain't gonna take you out. How many saplings do we have? Half a stack. It should be good enough. Ooh, that's a lot of bone meal. Oh my goodness. I think I want to keep a few bone blocks though. And I'll also save that much bone meal for cleaning up the area, or dirtying up the area. Growing the grass around here and making it look a little more natural. You know what? Let's get some stuff sorted. This is going to be our temporarily permanent solution. We're going to just throw it right here. Okay, so I spent a bit of time actually sorting this stuff out. This little area is going to be temporary, but it might last for, I don't know, the rest of this episode or a little longer, but I definitely want to get something auto-sorting down. But for right now, this will do a heck of a lot better than what we had up there. This was my area for shulkers. I might just block it off, I'm not sure. So what we got is I finally sorted through my ender chest, and I have my resources and stuff. And I sorted a bunch of blocks, like resources and a bunch of dirt and building blocks and such. And we have tools, food / mob drops, empty shulkers, the whole 9 yards. Actually should probably keep quite a few of these in my ender chest. So if we're out getting wood or sand or netherrack or whatever, we have all the extra storage we could ever need for those blocks. So when we get back, we can throw it in the auto sorting system and it'll be done once it's made, at least. Okay, so back to what I was doing. So let's get some wood. So I have a few different ideas for builds. Our house is going to go here. I think I want to put a small little, some type of factory here. Maybe not a factory. Maybe since we're going like kind of old school, it'll be a blacksmith. It'll be, yeah. So we'll put a blacksmith here. We'll do the factory idea later at our big base. I want it to look like a factory and have a super smelter inside of it. For over here, we'll just have just a regular smelter inside of the blacksmith area. So I'm going to do a sawmill build, probably right here where this ravine cave area is. We're going to do the house up here. We're going to do the blacksmith shop right here. And I think it could be cool to have a little fisherman's hut over here, so we could do some fishing for some of the good loot you get for that. So let's say I don't think we're gonna build all of that today, but let's at least clear out some of these areas and get prepared to build it. I want to lay out kind of the foundation for the house, the terracotta, and kind of see how big all these buildings are going to be. So let's get on that real quick. I think we'll dig this down on the right side to make it a little shallower, so we actually have room over here, because I want to put the water wheel kind of in this ravine area. What are you doing swimming down there? Okay, so I like how this kind of feathers off over here. So we're gonna go ahead and get her dug out. We threw a bunch of grass down. I think that makes it look a lot better. I've been trying to clear it out of the pathway, but I like having it around the pathway. I think out in the further areas like the hill and stuff, the too tall grass is fine. I don't want it around my builds. 2 reasons. It makes it look like it's a little more manicured whenever you get rid of the too tall grass, and also they hide creepers exceptionally well. And I don't want creepers anywhere near any of these builds, so if I can help it a little bit, then I will. Yeah, so I've done the terracotta outlines, and I'm sure they're gonna change, but this is just the idea I had. Maybe something like a little porch here, somewhat outside blacksmith patio area here, and then the living quarters and a second story for the bedroom or something like that. And I think in the actual blacksmith area, I'll have a chest that you throw your resources you want smelted in, and another chest that they'll pop back into, and have some pretty nice interior decorations in here. Over here we have just the basic outline that I want the bridge to take. I'll probably end up making it a little higher than that and rounding out these curves a little better. So you come over the bridge and you're on this little peninsula, I guess, very tiny one. And I want the sawmill to be a longer building. Whenever I think of a sawmill, I think of I don't know if anyone's gonna get the reference, but the sawmill from the first town you run into on Skyrim when you get out of the cave, the really long sawmill. Maybe I'll throw an image up on the screen of what I'm talking about, but that's what I think of, and that's kind of what I want to build. I'll look up references for all of these and build them based off of that. Okay, up here we have our house area. I wanted to put a porch here and have this area be inside, a little bedroom here, and a tiny little library enchantment room here. Maybe we'll make the library bigger. I think a big library would be really cool. This little cliff hillside area right here, definitely going to terraform it, make little overhangs, make it look a lot better, but for now this is what it's going to look like. I want all these buildings to be functional. I know I've said that before, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to make the sawmill functional. It could just be an area that we store all of our wood, but I really would like maybe an automatic tree farm, but those can get pretty big, pretty bulky, and you know, the good ones use the TNT dupers, which I have no issue using. It's just, I don't know how I make that look good. It's going to be difficult, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. I have some plans for up on the hillside up here. I think I want to do a small forest of some custom trees. I think that'd be really cool. It's not that I dislike the base, but I do want to kind of separate it. It just doesn't really fit the medieval town aesthetic very well. So we'll probably put in a little forest here of custom trees, which I still don't know how to build, so it'll be a learning experience for me, but we'll see how I do. And we still have plenty of room up on this. I ran out of bone meal, so there's no grass up here, but we still have plenty of room. I think some functional buildings would be cool, but just some villager houses and stuff like that is fine too. I mean, it doesn't all have to be heavy on the purpose. I didn't do the fisherman's hut yet. I think it'll probably go right there. I'll clear that area out later. And I need to do better nether portal area. Maybe we'll have an entire area for that. I'm not sure. Something I forgot to mention up here. I found this cool cave, but there's one issue. It's a water cave, so we'll have to drain it if we want to use it, but it's a really cool cave for like an entrance to a mine, and we could put some minecart tracks and everything down here. I was talking to the server owner about possibly increasing the speed of minecarts because they're so slow in these newer updates. When they came out, they were great, but you know, it's been over a decade since they've been changed, so I think a little speed buff would be nice. So gotta work out all the details on that, but don't want to break any farms or anything like that, so I think it's probably gonna be a speed buff on top of a certain block, and it might not happen. I'm not sure yet, but regardless, I do want a minecart track. And eventually I'll detail everything as heavily as I have over here. But for now it's, you know, it's gonna look like this. It takes a while to do things like that, but I really like how it turns out. So yeah, I think the next thing we're gonna do in the episode is build one of these structures. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get a couple of them done at least, and I'll be thinking about what I want to do with the nether portal too. So, after a bit more mining, we have some building materials. So I've got a few stones, granite, andesite, coarse dirt. That'll be used for foundations of the houses and maybe craft them into stairs for the roofs and stuff. It'll also be used for the path. So I've also got this chest, or shulker rather, and I did quite a bit of tree felling. I got a little bit of dark oak, cherry, spruce, oak, and birch. I probably won't use all these wood types, but I just wanted to have them in case I decide to use them. So I think the first thing that we're gonna do is get started with this path and actually extend it from where it's at right now, because it's just a short area. Yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of a cinematic time lapse of this, and let's get this path built. Alright, I was gonna end the episode there, but I really didn't like the way that it was going to end without any of these structures actually being built. The reason I was gonna end it is because it's gotten quite long, but honestly, I want to get some of these builds done. So that's what we're gonna do. I might only get some foundations on some, and it might not be complete, but I definitely want to get at least one of them up. And I think what we're going to do is the blacksmith shop at the very least. Alright, we're back. So, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. There was a lot of things that I that I tried that were new that I've never really done before, so I'm pretty happy with that. I want to start using the mud bricks a lot more. I've seen a lot of people mix the stripped oak with the planks. Looks good. I've never used blackstone before, but I think it came out good in this area. This is going to be the area where all the blacksmithing tools and everything will go. Probably have a, you know, like a cauldron of water and some invisible item frames with tools hanging around. I'll do the interior for the blacksmith in the next episode, but the porch might have some chairs and flower pots and such. I'd like to put a little dining room table in here. You know, maybe some paintings. It's small, but I'll figure out how to decorate it. Right here, we're gonna have the bedroom and maybe a little office desk, or you know, for writing and such. And whoops, up here we just have a little bit of storage. Might throw a cobweb or two up here for the attic. So, anywho, yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. Like I said, just trying some new things out, and I think they worked out pretty well. I'm trying to use a lot of the new blocks, and you know, just pallets and stuff that I've never really worked with. I've never really used the terracotta that often, and I think it came out well, so I'm happy with it. So anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I know I said I was gonna get to building the foundation, but we'll save that for a later episode. Yeah, I think having a few of these houses around, you know, all a little bit different would be really nice. Up on this hill for a village. Obviously, we've already talked about our plans for over there. And yeah, I have a couple other things that I want to do. I've seen people are building some mini games and some nice shops, and those are both some things that I want to get accomplished while I'm on the server. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So if you enjoyed the video, then you know, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions or critiques or anything, I'd love to hear them. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.